Hello there, Aquarius. How are you? It is so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your Saturn transit into Pisces reading. This is good for now. Saturn moved into Pisces March 7th. So it's good for now until February 2026. And this is kind of an end to a difficult 3-year period that you may have had, because Saturn has been since 2019 in your first house. So it was a transit where you would have been looking about your sense of self, your identity, how you fit into the world, right? And what's really important to you. Now you are going to apply that into pursuing how you create money, spend money, where you put your time and your resources. So this next 3 years, it will be in your second house, and we're going to be taking a look at how this will impact your money, your resources, and your possessions. So we're going to first start with the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll go to the tarot for more details. Okay, so let's go ahead and see your animal spirit, squirrel spirit. Believe in yourself, love that, and choosing your path. Yeah, I feel like this is the energy of what you have learned over the last 3 years. You know, believing in yourself, learning who you are, all right, and who your identity is, what it is that you bring into the world. And now it's kind of like, okay, how am I going to take that information and go out into the world? How am I going to use that information to help me to create the abundance, the money, the resources, the prosperity that I am seeking? Really lovely energy there. Okay, so we're going to go to the tarot. We're first going to take a quick look at the main message that Divine wants you to take forward as from the last 3 years, and how you can apply that to this next 3-year transit. So we'll take a look at the last 3 years, super quick, and then we're going to Saturn is all about building structure and organization in your life. So it's about building structure and organization around your money, your resources, and your possessions. Understanding what it is that where you want to put your time and your money, your possessions. What are you going to spend your money on? Why is that important to you? You could have, over the last 3 years, felt like you may have overspent, in some areas, giving time or money, possessions away to people or situations that really weren't good for you. That could have been part of the last 3 years. This 3 years, you're applying some of that information, and you're learning what is really important to you about where you spend your time, your energy, your money. So really lovely. So we'll look at how you can build more structure into that. And then we're going to take a look at karma, because Saturn is also about karma, about where you can hold yourself accountable for that structure and applying that to your daily life. And then we'll take a look at where you will be in 3 years as far as your second house of money, resources, and possessions. So let's first take a look at the last 3 years. Yeah, look at this Emperor coming into your power, understanding who you are. Really, I feel like for some of you, you could have felt like that was an uphill battle. Really, perhaps a lot of times there is a sense of, you have peace here. I feel like over the last 3 years, you may have had like a lot of conflicts with people or in situations. And it was really because it was kind of like highlighting. Saturn was helping you to see who you are, what you really truly believe in. Those conflicts, that chaos helped you to get more concrete in what it is that you truly believe about yourself, about your identity. And your understanding, yeah, I have a new life now. You could have started the last 3 years feeling very almost like in an energy of victim mode. You could have come through, some very difficult times, some big tower moments, or something that would have occurred like 4 to 7 years ago. You could have had, the end of relationships, the end of careers, the end of a job, the end of a business. Something may have come down, and you started the end of 2019, that Saturn transit into your house, into Aquarius, almost in a victim mentality, right? But here you are at the end of that transit, really being in your power of understanding, oh my goodness, I went through all of that, right? There are blessings, the situations, the people, the relationships, the job, the career that left your life. You're understanding, oh my goodness, that brought me into this new place of being in my own power. You could have been like 6 years ago, 4 to 6 years ago, almost in this energy of feeling tied to something that wasn't really in alignment with who you are and who you want to be. And that had to come down, okay? And now you've built yourself back up. You know, sometimes things have to come down in order to build ourselves back up. And you have done that work. Really incredible energy. I feel like this is confirmation to you, Aquarius, that you do have your power back. You know, that you are ready now to go and build an empire, right? You've stepped into your emperor energy, taken back your power, and now you can use that power to create the money, resources, and possessions that you are wanting in your life. Oh my gosh, so that is just beautiful. Okay, so let's take a look first at where you can add structure into your daily life in order to, really have your money and possessions in alignment with what it is that you want. Yeah, you have a decision to go in a new way. I feel like you're learning how to spend your time and money in a different way. Whereas in the past, you may have used your time and money in order to keep things in your life. Now you're understanding, wait a minute, I'm powerful, right? I don't need those situations or relationships in my life. Instead, I'm going forth by myself if I need to create the life, the possessions, the wealth that I am seeking for myself and for your loved ones, right? But you're making a choice. Are you choosing to prioritize yourself or another in this situation? Accept divine guidance pointing you towards your own joy. You deserve it. Yeah. So once again, it could be that you were spending a lot of your resources, your money, your time on people or situations, okay? But that wasn't really making you happy. There's an energy of, wait a minute, I could have used that money to take a trip that I really enjoyed, or I could have used that money to buy something that really is important to you. You may have given away something in order to, I feel like you had this big tower moment, and then you may have been clinging on to, we do that when we have a big tower moment. We kind of cling on to people or situations that are familiar to us because something big has left our life. And now you're understanding, wait a minute, okay, yes, those people or situations may still be important to me, but I don't have to overgive. There's this energy of taking back your time and energy, understanding you don't have to overgive to those things or people, right, in order to keep them in your life. So now you can spend your money and time, resources in a way that really brings you joy instead of other people. Yeah. You're walking out of this energy of kind of like feeling drained, perhaps not having enough, and really giving to yourself. I really love that energy. I think you're also taking a look at the people that you're spending time with. Why are you spending time with them, right? Are they really bringing you joy? Or is there something else that is like a hidden motivation of some sort? Something else that is keeping you there for some reason? Really interesting. Yeah, there's this sense that you understand in the past, okay? I feel like this is being highlighted for you in this next 3 years, What, with the Magician and the Seven of Swords, okay? This is a very manipulative energy. It's understanding you could be in a relationship or friends, it can be friends or co-workers or something where you're staying in the relationship for some reason. You may have some reason to stay in that relationship, but you're understanding that these people really aren't good for you. Okay, they're energy vampires, okay, or they're creating perhaps bad karma for you. They could be, everybody has an energy level. I feel like you're recognizing these people really are not good for you in some way, and you're understanding that you've given a lot to this either situation or relationship or relationships. It could be a friend sector, and that these people, this situation is really detrimental to you. You're understanding that it's manipulative. I feel like they're manipulating, they're getting something out of you, but you're staying in it for some reason, some perhaps codependency or something like that. You're seeing how you have to, I feel like you're moving away. There's this energy here where I feel like you're overgiving in this situation because you're afraid if you don't, this person or this situation is going to leave you. And now what you're recognizing is that you're back into your power. You get to decide if you want to stay in the relationship or not. Wow, Aquarius. So I feel like that tower moment that we were talking about 4 to 6 years ago, even 7 years ago, that tower moment may have had some situation leave your life very quickly, right? That could have been a relationship, a job, a career, something left your life very quickly. So the last 3 years, you could have been trying to hold on to whatever was familiar, still familiar to you, so that you had something that made you feel more comfortable because you lost something big. Okay, now what you're recognizing is that something that you've been holding on to, okay, has been zapping your energy. Okay, and that you are now in your power. You've been overgiving to this situation because it was something familiar and you didn't want to lose anything else that was familiar to you. Now you're recognizing, oh, this is just bringing me down, that my energy level, or it's just not good karma or something. There's something toxic in this situation. But now you're in your power. You were concerned that this situation was also going to leave your life. Now you recognize, wait a minute, I am walking away from this situation. I'm in my power. I'm not doing things to keep somebody or some situation in my life. Instead, I'm in my power and I get to decide if this stays in my life or not. You're switching. You're switching. I love this because you're really switching your energy, right? You're stepping into, no, wait a minute. Other people don't get to decide. I get to decide. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful energy. This is really kind of exciting, I think, because I feel like your last 3 to 6 years have been very difficult. And this is like a breath of fresh air. It really is. Okay, so let's take a look at where you can build good karma. Okay, good karma is going to come into play. So it's about getting really accountable, having your talk and your walk match, right? I feel like it's been a long trek for you. It could be even 9 years where you have been dealing with this. People perhaps betraying you or leaving suddenly, or that type of energy, right? But you're understanding that part of your spiritual path is learning how to have really balanced, non-codependent relationships, balanced energy here, where, your sense of self is highlighted and you also help somebody have a good sense of their self, a very healing energy. I feel like, in the past 3 years, there could be an energy where you could have walked away from people or situations that felt triggering to you for some reason, where this type of energy of somebody manipulating you or backstabbing you or something like that was coming up. You could have eliminated some relationships in your life, but now you're understanding, okay, part of this is healing the wounds, okay, your own wounds of being betrayed or being left behind, right? Feelings around, abandonment, rejection. It's understanding about how to work in those relationships in a balanced way. Once again, a very balanced way, not depending on others or not allowing others to depend on you, but just an equal give and take. All right, so let's see what we have here. Yeah, Tower, Ace of Cups. Yeah, I feel like there is this energy of, I feel that somebody or some situation that may have left your life suddenly a while ago, 6-7 years ago, perhaps. That Tower moment, okay? You're healing it. You're healing the energy of that healing of feeling betrayed, backstabbed, what came down, okay? You're seeing the blessings in it. It's almost like you're revisiting it. And I'm not saying you're necessarily reuniting with that person or that situation, but you're seeing the love in it, that how that Tower moment helped you to create this energy of being in your own power. And then also understanding that there could have been a lot of codependency or manipulation in that relationship. And now you're understanding how to see that clearly, right? How to see a relationship that's truly loving or a relationship that is kind of manipulative. And so now it's kind of like having, moving forward in a more childlike, happy energy, moving forward in this energy of looking for the good in people instead of perhaps trying to figure out if they're going to backstab you or not. Really beautiful energy of really kind of stepping more into a sense of trusting yourself. Now, how does this play out to your second house of money, resources, and possessions? Of understanding that when you're giving your time, your energy, your love, your possessions to other people, to be doing it not in some type of ulterior motive, okay? And I'm not, hoping to hold on to something, right? But to be giving it in a very loving way, and to make sure that you're also spending your time and money on things that you love, not just what other people love. Wow, beautiful energy there, Aquarius. So where does this put you in about 3 years? Yeah, look at this, true happiness, right? Knowing your light and shining it brightly, and understanding that conflict, okay, there's always something to learn out of conflict. That, you could have gone through the last 3 years. If you came into conflict with somebody, you pushed them away because you had been really hurt at some point. Now you're recognizing, wait a minute, I don't have to push everybody away. It's about learning healthy boundaries. It's about having conversations, about understanding that everybody's not out to hurt me, right? or I have to overgive in a situation to keep people in my life. So you've learned that balance. You've stepped back into your power, and you're also understanding that this is a beautiful energy of learning how to have really good conversations with other people when you do come into conflict, and finding peaceful resolutions, right? Lovely, lovely energy. Yeah, working together, learning that you can be on this path of working well with others, of finding progress. For some of you, you may be actually kind of like revisiting some relationships that you pushed away, and now you're seeing a different viewpoint of how maybe you could have a conversation with that person, even if you didn't want to reunite with them. I mean, especially if it's like a friend or a work colleague. Kind of like a little bit of a clearing of the air, even if you don't want to reunite with them, but really closing the energy out well, to the point where you could say, I wish you well, perhaps because of the karma aspect, or revisiting some people that you may have pushed away from. And I'm not saying that you didn't do that justly, right? But also understanding, did I close that energy out well? Because that karma will come into play in this 3 years. Really beautiful energy here, Aquarius. All right, let's pull a soul truth card for you. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. All right, how can I surrender even more in this moment? It is essential to have clear, strong intentions of what we desire, but it's equally important for us to detach from the outcome. It's time to surrender. Let the universe have some breathing room to work. Let go of the wheel and trust so deeply that your trust turns into gratitude for what you cannot see yet, but you know is coming. And I love that energy because I feel like you're back into your power, but it's also this sense of I do not have to control everything. I feel like this tower moment that happened a while ago, right, may have led you to feel like you weren't in control of your life because this was big. Something that wiped out a sector of your life or made a huge impact on your life. And then it was kind of like, I have to control everything else in my life. You know, that is very, very feasible. That if you're feeling like that, that is, you know, how we react when something big leaves our life. But now you're understanding, okay, I'm back in control of my emotions. I'm back in control of my life. I can move forward in this very healthy way of choosing my path, of believing in myself, of knowing that things are going to work out. I don't have to control everything in my life. Really beautiful energy here, Aquarius. I really do send you much love and hugs because of what you have been through, but knowing that the future is so bright for you. What a beautiful energy. A sigh of relief. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I do wish you so much love and light, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.